Hey guys, this is episode 1 of the Sloppulous podcast. For my first topic, I want to tackle something that's kind of unavoidable on the internet. Let me take a sip. I'm really nervous, guys. I'm trying one of those solo podcasts where it's just me running my mouth, no co-host, which is almost like something that only a schizophrenic person could be good at because it's weird. You're essentially talking to yourself. You're communicating in your own head with your own thoughts, you know? And that's a weird thing, but I think I can do it. I do it all day. That's all I do all day is battle my own inner thoughts. So why not do it live? I wanted to talk about Looksmaxxing today. Looksmaxxing is like the new craze taking the internet by storm. There's this kid, Clavicular. I think he's like the biggest streamer on Kick right now. You've probably heard of him. And the whole what do you even call Looksmaxxing? The game or the movement of Looksmaxxing is about maximizing your looks, maximizing your good looks to the best of your ability, looking as good as you possibly can, and there's a philosophy behind it. It's kind of that, at the core of it is that looks, not only are they important, they're the most important thing. I think it could get confused with something that anyone with a brain agrees with, which is that looks are important. And it does open up opportunities. It helps in the dating world, etc. The Looksmaxxing community, I would say, takes that average view of how important looks are 1,000x, 1,000x. It's everything. It's everything. It's more important than your intelligence, your skills, strength, whatever. If you look good, you're good. And I had a thought about it. Is Gen Z more shallow than any other generation before it? Or are they just more honest? Because every generation has generally been looks obsessed. I mean, we're people, right? Is Gen Z taking it further, or are they just being honest about it? Because there's truth to people perceived as ugly, having a harder time just socially getting opportunities, etc. But Looksmaxxers, it's up until now has been cool to kind of like sweep that under the rug. You don't actually address the elephant in the room. If you're a Giga Chad in 2000, you don't run around telling people that your face ratio is perfect. You're not bragging about your ratios. But now it's like down to a science and to a mathematical formula. People are flexing their looks. My jaw is at this exact degree angle, and my eyes are this far apart, and my eye size is this big proportionally to my whatever, your balls. So not only is it popular, it seems to be this might be me admitting to having a completely brain rotted algorithm, and that might say something about me, but it's like my whole Twitter now. It's all Gen Z people being very straightforward about their looks obsession and how much they value it. And I gotta be honest, guys, I kinda like it. There's something weirdly refreshing about people not pretending they're not obsessed with looks and just being like, oh, what, like you have a good job, well, you have a recessed nasal bridge, you go to a good school, you're a manlet, you know what I mean? But somewhere my head goes when I'm scrolling through Twitter and seeing all of this modern day slop posting are they right? Or how right are they? Because here's the crazy thing. If you think about it, the success of someone like Clavicular kind of gives some credit to what he's saying. If he wasn't mogging everybody, would we care? So is his success proof of his philosophy? If I was Clavicular, running around talking about mogging, would anyone listen? Because let's be real, I got some work to do. It would be way more fun to be like one of those moggers, I think. So, with that being said, you're going to see a slow, gradual transition into me being a Looksmaxxer if you keep watching this content. I plan on being a PSL 10 Chad by the end of maybe this year. We will transition from like long form podcasting about topics to me just slideshows of my face and an OnlyFans account with maybe feet. But alas, what does that even mean? Sometimes you just throw stuff in that sounds good. I kind of wanted to take a look at some of the Looksmaxxing content to kind of I don't know, just with you. Look at this. This is gonna be cool. Ooh, ooh. To kind of with you explore this wild world that we've found ourselves in. If you're new to this community, this video should enlighten you to kind of what's going on here. There's a whole new lingo, all this new terminology that comes from this community. It's honestly the coolest thing I've ever seen. Check this out. So,
did you know that the ASU frat leader brutally frame-mogged Clavicular?
Let me give a backstory. Just so that before you see this, you can kind of understand what your, virgin old cell eyes are seeing. You're seeing kind of a piece of lore in this new world that is being created on the internet, and we're early in this is foundational lore. I think there's already new lingo that is coming from this. Essentially, Clavicular went to some college, ASU, right? And he was doing some stream, and some frat leader, as they call him, ended up on stream, and according to the laws of the Looksmaxx community, Clavicular was defeated in a certain way. He was mogged, frame mogged. Now, of course, he wasn't face mogged. Of course, he wasn't aura mogged. Obviously, Clavicular has those things down on lock right now. He's the god of face mogging and aura farming and other things. But no, according to the rules of Looksmaxxing, he was mogged in a way, and it kind of hurt his aura. So check this out. I want to show you him actually getting frame mogged. It should show that as we continue.
We are reaching peak levels of brain rot here, as the intersection between incel and fitness culture has made itself extremely clear in the communities surrounding Clavicular, aka the guy who was gone on record for taking certain drugs as stimulants and was arrested.
A lot of this is about not getting laid, right? That is a big component of this culture, and it's kind of, I would say, it's like the Freudian root of this beautiful disaster. And you can quote that. You can write that down. It is the primal seed of this beautiful tree of slop that is growing right in front of our eyes. People just don't act like this when pussy's not in the equation. This is pussy got y'all going crazy. Pussy got y'all acting crazy. Clip it. God, I'm good at this.
Ago. And the deluge of brain rot referencing him seems to have peaked after he went to a frat party at Arizona State University, and TikToker Varys Al was also attending, leading to comparison.
Look at chat. I thought I just lost my mouse and I was over. I mean, let's be real. God, should I just devote this channel to covering this slop? I mean, look, chat. Could it... Now, wait. Theory time. Could this frame mog be simply explained with color theory? Clav's black shirt is simply understating his immaculate frame. Who's to say he really got mogged here? Oh, shit. Yeah, he got mogged, bro. He got mogged. But look, I think this says something about the importance of clothing. Because if you look, like I said, his shirt kind of hides the mog, kind of like mine is right now. Like if I wasn't wearing red, my muscles would be absolutely bursting out of my shirt, and you'd be sliding off your chair like you're at a water park. But he's wearing a black shirt, fully covered up. He's wearing a I did just say red. Made me look... Whatever. I was joking. He's wearing red, which I think it has to do with the way light reflects. For some reason, black kind of... Like fat people wear black. I should be wearing black. It makes you look smaller, right? But it's... See how... Look, it's... Ooh! Frame mogger is it's an optical illusion. Chat. Guys, you could stop doing hard drugs now. I figured it out. It's an optical illusion. You see he's got these... It's thin here. Look, who wears that? A toddler? What is that shirt for? A toddler? So he has this tiny little shirt that starts here to make his frame look bigger by comparison. He is a wizard of proportional mischief! Don't do Clav like that!
Peace, the biggest news over the weekend was Clavicular getting brutally frame mogged by the ASU frat leader. He's obviously been gym-maxing. This is one of the most brutal frame moggings we've ever seen.
Mogging? What is mogging?
Like, bro, you're a nobody. Let's just be real for 1 second. Wash, you're old, your wife's a thought.
Peace, the biggest news over the weekend was Clavicular getting brutally frame mogged by the ASU frat leader.
Alright, so there's another Looksmaxxer who's kind of blowing up into space. I guarantee you, in a few months, everyone's going to know who this guy is. I think his name, Androgenic. I love the names, by the way. And I honestly, I kind of had a rebrand with, I'm trying out this YouTube, podcast, Twitch thing. Outside of my music, which is, I go by Slop Culture. Slopulous. Honestly, a bit inspired by these guys. Come up with your own word. Clavicular. That can't be a word, right? But we know what it means, and it sounds cool. Here we go.
Number 2 ranked Chad Androgenic has
so this guy's like the number 2 Looksmaxxer. And I might not be using the terminology correctly, but there's a whole ranking system. They use words like PSL, I think, whatever. Basically what you need to know is this guy is Himothy number 2.
In America and is actively searching for the ASU frat leader who frame mogged Clavicular.
Alright, so I want to take a look. Let me move myself over here. I want to take a look at this, the number 2 mogger. Right? 'Cause again, this guy's going to blow up. I'm early on it. But I listen to Twitter. I watch. I use my eyes, my ears, my senses. I sniff my phone. I smell it. I lick it. I know what's going on, guys. I see this shit coming. All right. So, number 2 guy. Let's see what he has to say.
Microneedling, 1 millimeter depth every 6 weeks. So you don't need to do it often at all. So if you start off with collagen and elastin.
So this is skincare advice.
So the holy trinity here is GHK-Cu, 5 to 10 milligrams every day on the face, maybe the neck as well. Microneedling, 1 millimeter depth every 6 weeks. So you don't need to do it often at all. So if you do it
I just realized what I max at. Do you see a pimple? Nah. Just saying. Just had to remind y'all.
I think I know you.
No, you don't.
Oh! I love this. He's mocking the haters. he's mogging the haters. Never has there been a time where someone posts a hate comment and you could just go, well, actually, no, that's always been the time. But it's never been as successful as it is now. It's never been as possible as it is now to just mog someone based on looks alone. Ha! I think this is the part where I'm going to kind of... a good story has a fin. A good story has a moral. And the moral of the story is that Clav mogs, you're broke, you're ugly, your matilla is recessed, your upper forehead proportionally is out of whack, and you're whack. Nose is crooked, bridge is recessed, eyes are crossed. I lost count of everything wrong with you. But I think as a 26-year-old man, what I'm gathering from all of this is that really looks are the most important. Looks are, would you say looks are or is? Looks are the most important thing in the world.
I mean, like this next election cycle, who's going to win? It's going to be Gavin Newsom against J.D. Vance because J.D. Vance is subhuman and Gavin Newsom mugs. J.D. Vance is subhuman.
Clip it! He might be right. This isn't a political podcast. I think mogging is so powerful that it can get you in office. Now, Trump... Let's be honest. He height mogs. Not a political podcast. I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on. He height mogs. Look, aura is a measure of like your clout, kind of, and like how much people like you. Or at least that's an indicator. Bro, have you seen a Trump rally? Like, bro is aura farming. A Trump rally is an aura farm. They're all his cattle producing aura for him. Hey, put it in the comments. Who mogged who? Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. I'll leave it to you guys. Maybe one day I'll be president. With this digital footprint I'm leaving. But yeah, it's cool to podcast and just bullshit and what's he, who's it, do's it, whatever, who's it, do's it, whatever's. God, I need a podcasting like distributor. I only have DistroKid right now for my music. How am I gonna put this content out into the world? We went off on a tangent there. That's kind of how this works. Looks are important. And these kids, these 19-year-old kids, are teaching me something. And I think it explains my life. Why don't people call me the most genius, awesome, best podcaster ever? Why don't people immediately beg me for attention and sex? It's because I'm not Looksmaxxing. And nobody's gonna watch this. And nobody's gonna care. Because I don't have what it takes. Sometimes I wonder if when I make a podcast centered around Looksmaxxing, I wonder if I'm just doing it to get clicks and I'm just capitalizing on something that's popular that I could care less about and that I know nothing about. And I see a tweet I've seen 50 tweets about it, and I'm like, oh, people like this. Maybe they'll like me if I talk about it. Ooh, yeah. ugly guy talks about Looksmaxxing. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes I fucking wonder, huh? I think that's all I have for now. We'll be back.